here you used another term previously in your answer, like modeling and fashion industry is a glamorous world.
True.
So here is the question, that how we can sustain to be on the top without compromising our values and principles.
Yes, this is again, I really praise the question you have put up, because I have seen many times girls, women of any age, they don't get the exact information, they don't get the right information, and hence they, land up in some mess, or maybe in some, very difficult situation.
What really that your mantra or the philosophies that you would like to share with the women so they could do every task with all happiness, not a burden, as a celebration?
See, I was always a person, right from my childhood days, you can say a very happy, joyful and cheerful person who loves living life to the fullest. And someone who has made the principle of life as adding not years to life, but life to years.
Dear awesome people, we welcome you in Candid Talk with Shrikant Gupta. Live life with hope and happiness. The purpose of this talk show is to provide you or introduce you the living example of such people who are living with hope and happiness and spreading the same spirit to the world around. So today we have the living example whom I personally found full of positivity, passion, purpose and progressive living. The life of happiness, Mrs. Siddhi Johari. And when I just saw your profile, my team was going through, they got so impressed and they sent me all your titles that you have won, the awards that you have won. So to be told, it was very difficult to recall all your titles and awards. So would like to listen to you first, the titles or the awards that you have won, so the women or the people who are listening to us could inspire through your all achievements.
Thank you so much. I am actually feeling already so overwhelmed with the such wonderful intro that you have just shared. So well, I will like to share the little reflection of my journey here. So professionally, I come from medical background. So I'm a clinical biochemist, a gold medalist. So my upbringing and education, it was from Kathmandu, Nepal. Though my roots are from Rajasthan, but I was taken to my second home country, that is Nepal, because my father's business was there. He started some 40 years back to the new place. So as a result, my upbringing was there. So the journey in Nepal, when I was in my, growing years, that was completely different. And the titles and awards and all the recognitions that are visible to you and to the entire people out here. So that has been a quite, drastically different journey. Okay. But yes, the journey has been very interesting, which I will definitely love to share here. To talk about my titles and awards, so I was fortunate enough to represent our royal state of Rajasthan at national and international levels. And then I won Mrs. India International, Mrs. Galaxy Queen India, that is in the year 2019. So before that, I was also lucky enough to win the prestigious title of Mrs. Jodhpur. That was in the year 2015. So let me tell you here that in Jodhpur, I'm settled from the year 2014. So I have practiced at Medipulse Hospital, at AIIMS Jodhpur. So the journey has been really very different, as I stated just a few minutes back. I was also guest faculty for BSc nursing students. I used to teach them as well, and I used to practice in biochemistry department as a clinical biochemist. So my life was completely, in white coat and lab, patients, tests, machines, and, among all these things. So completely a different field. And then, experiencing the new journey altogether has been really a wonderful journey of its own kind. So as I said, in 2015, I won Mrs. Jodhpur. And that was, again, a very, astonishing thing in my own career journey. But then later on, I was again winner at state levels. I won 5 more titles, the title winner. And then post having my baby, That is in, as I told you, like in 2019, I represented our state at national and internationals, and then I won these titles. So eventually the journey started this way, and then more and more commitments related to this journey kept coming, more and more opportunities kept coming, and then I grabbed the opportunities with both of the hands, and hence I am where I am today.
Wonderful. Actually, basically, you are from medical background, biochemist,
Yes.
but at the same time, you came into this journey as well.
True.
There's a famous saying that the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the one step. So when we take one step, we face lots of challenges,
Very
lots of
true.
difficulties, and 90% of the people, they break themselves during these challenges, but there are 10%, they break the challenge itself. So I would like to listen to you during this journey. When your first step started, what kind of challenges and difficulties did you face, and how did you overcome that?
Yes, that is something very, heart touching to share as well. Well, as I told you, I was a newly made mom when I had to represent the state at national level and then international level eventually. So I am very much sure that women, at least women listeners, will definitely, relate to what I'm going to say right now. So, being a newly made mom, it's really not easy for a female.
True.
So, when you go through that phase, that new phase of motherhood, then a female goes through a lot many changes, not just physical changes, but then mental, physiological, psychological, and her emotional, health also becomes very much different that time. So my that journey was going on. But to my surprise, the opportunities also came during this phase as well. And I was never somebody who always used to believe in living monotonous life. So I always was someone who believes in versatile growth right from my childhood years. So I was practicing at AIMS, I was pursuing my medical career, but at the same time I always, kept trying things here and there. Whatsoever used to suit me, I used to be in those, in those platforms, and I used to give my best. Eventually this journey also, you can call it glamour journey, right? So
Yes.
this journey also, it started in the same, pattern, because of my nature and because of my inclination towards trying new things in life. So it just happened luck by chance. But then, as I told you, I have to speak about the challenges, right? So being a newly made mom, it was really quite not easy. But then there's a saying, when there's a will, there's always a beautiful way to it. Normally we say when there's a will, there's a way. But I have redefined it, and I say when there is a strong will, there's always a beautiful
Beautiful way.
way to it. So when I was determined कि नहीं अब तो ये करना ही है ना, we have to do it. So if I was privileged enough to represent the state at the national and international level, so I really believed that time that this is the time. I should not be worried about what my situation is. I should not be worried about what my circumstances are. But then now it's not even about winning and losing. It's completely about giving my 100% in whatever I'm doing. And that's how, the positive thought made me very constructive towards this journey. And yes, the real challenge also was that I was continuing my work also that time. So I was working also as business entrepreneur, and I was faculty to my students as well. So my lectures used to go on, my new baby and me, and we were discovering each other too. So everything was parallelly going on. So to make a fine balance between all these components was quite challenging, because time management is again a skill that we have to develop when we are doing multiple things together. I think it is the most important key that we need to, we need to make a fine balance. So yes, these things were there. Rest, I was lucky enough that I had a very strong family support. Rather, that was the pillar of my, entire strength. So
So from your challenges, there are two things that which I would like to know from you, and that is the biggest challenge. Like the women, they find really difficult to manage their time, and they just believe because of their household works, they just confine or limit their life in that household task. But at the same time, you manage your professional life, your work, you manage as a mom, like to take care of a newborn baby. It's really a challenge. I can understand as a father. So I just connected with my wife too. And apart from it, everything you did, like the way you show your happiness and spirit all the time, here is the question that what message we can give to the women so they can manage their time wisely and they can also just have the wings to fly in the sky as a butterfly.
Wow, what a phrase here, to have the wings to
To
fly
fly
high
in
in
the
the sky. Wow. So yes, see, I'll just explain it in a very simple manner. I'll not talk anything copy and paste from so and so people. No, I'll relate it with my journey, and then I'll explain few things. See, we all have 24 hours.
true.
Every person on the planet has just 24 hours. Now, in this 24 hours, it depends on us. How do we divide our priorities, our time schedules, and how do we put up our personal, professional, social, and all of the things together? So, like we all know, we must have read that there is 8 plus 8 plus 8 rule. So 8 hours it should be for sleep, 8 hours it has to be for work, then 8 hours it has to be for recreation. Usually this is how we put up. But then on practical grounds, when we are doing multiple things or we aspire to do multiple things, then see, nothing will be served on the plate as a platter to you. Of course, we have to double our efforts for that. And time management, I'm telling you, believe me here, that it is actually a skill which develops with time again.
True.
So once we are shouldered with some responsibilities, like let's say if I was a mother that time, right? So I had to shoulder the responsibilities as a mother. I had to shoulder responsibilities as a pageant finalist. I had to take the responsibility as a business owner, as well as for my profession. And also I had many social responsibilities which we all have. As social entities, we do have those responsibilities too. So to make a balance between all these things, it's not any Hercules task, but then we need to understand the skill behind it. We may have to cut down the things which are not that important, because usually females have the tendency, see, I'll tell something bitter truth here. Being a female, I'm stating it here because I can relate it. So whenever a lady has some appointment at a salon, you will always see, and people will also relate it, that they will manage everything and they'll be there right on the time. And no matter they had planned it for 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hours, but until and unless they get 100% satisfaction and perfection there, they will be ultimately managing their time schedule at the salon, right? So if we can do it, if time management can be done for that, let's say twicely a month or once a month, if they can do this, then why not with the other things, right? So it's completely about, I always say in my speeches and in my interviews that we all are the products of our own thoughts.
True.
So once we have this thought that we have to do something or we have to achieve something, we have to do these many things in these available time or in the available 24 hours, then nothing can stop us.
Superb, superb. So basically, it's all about prioritize your time, kill the time wasters that you are just having, just remove it from this, and just give the priority. Exactly the word you used. I appreciate it, and you related with the beautiful example as well. Here you used another term previously in your answer, like modeling and fashion industry. It's a glamorous world.
True.
So here is the question, that how we can sustain to be on the top without compromising our values and principles. So that is the real way of success, I personally believe.
Very true. So yes, this is again, I really praise the question you have put up, because I have seen many times girls, women of any age, they don't get the exact information, they don't get the right information, and hence they land up in some mess or maybe in some very difficult situation. So first we need to understand that, see, every field has its own pros and cons.
True.
Nothing is very sugary. I am saying this because we all know that every rose comes with a thorn also. So it now depends on us that how do we choose the platform? How do we choose, let's say if it is a pageant, let's talk about the pageant, right?
Yes, yes.
Because it was my journey and it's a very important part of glamour world.
Definitely.
So now you need to check the pageant has been an certified pageant or not. It is an authorized pageant or not. The company who is organizing or the people who are associated with the pageant, they are actually the experienced ones or not, and how's their reputation in the industry, how well they are equipped in the entire setup, in the entire execution, in the entire management, and in the career ahead. So you need to check upon all these things. Don't run into the rat race. Don't just follow, that she is doing this, he is doing this, so just let's go. And if he is there and he has been successful, if she has done it and she has been, completely excelling in her career, then it doesn't mean that it suits for you also. So first, just figure out what's your interest. What do you really want? It does not really, it's not, I want to say this, ki everything is generalized here, right? So for me, it might be another kind of journey. For another person, it can be a very different kind of journey. So first, we need to understand the authentications. Secondly, there is a myth usually we hear that in the pageant industry there are, there are so many things, like you use the term compromising your values, your ethnic values, or maybe your conscience, and something beyond your will or something like that. So as I said, that everything comes with pros and cons, but then it depends on us. How do we filter out?
True.
How do we do that completely important screening part, that what is good for us, what is bad for us, what is the real journey of success, and what is the shortcut to success?
True.
So this is one very important point I have stated here, because shortcuts are always shortcuts. They will always be very much temporary and short-lived. And if you go for real hard work and you work ethically in any field, not just in glamour field, but in any field, if you work ethically right, then I believe the success is something else. You'll feel something really extraordinary in life. And also it is long lasting. So obviously we all want that eternal journey of success, right? So as such, in pageant industry, there's, it's like not all fishes in the pond are the same, right?
Yes.
So you need to screen it, you need to filter out which are the best companies, and then you give your best. And as if I share my experience, so because it was Mrs., right? So I questioned the organizers for, in the first go only, I asked the questions as I became the finalist. My questions were like, what kind of rounds there are, because I was very particular in, what kind of attire I may have to carry, because usually what we see in TV is quite something else. So I really was worried ki what are the rounds, what the attire would be, and what kind of, presentation we would have to do as a contestant on the national stage. And then it was completely family oriented theme.
Okay.
Even my entire families, my in-laws family, my side family, friends, and even localites of Jodhpur, they have completely seen the pageant live. So it was completely family program and everyone has enjoyed it. And it was completely fun-filled evening for them as well. So, this is how you need to choose. And then
True.
later also, even if you win or lose, after being a winner, there is a saying that it's very difficult to digest the success.
True.
To be successful, it's one kind of challenge, but to live a successful life, it's another different challenge.
True.
So to make a balance between those two things, it's again a skill. And later on, after being a winner, then also you have to be very careful, especially for women, I'm saying, that don't run into the rat race. Okay, she's doing this, she's doing that, I should also be doing this. No, this doesn't work at all.
So basically, the essence of it is that work with ethics and succeed with ethics, basically.
True.
So our values and our fundamentals should be very much clear.
Very true.
And that is the only way to sustain success. To achieve success is not a big thing, as you have already mentioned. And the same last answers you mentioned, that there must be a support. I believe there are 3 types of support. The people have functional support, that is called technical one, emotional support that we get from the family.
Sure.
And the third one is also another support that we get it like spiritual, like when you have a self-belief. When nobody is there, you get belief and that you get support from yourself. Like, I can do that, like such kind of spirit. So, and maximum women, they have this, I will not say excuse, but they have this reason. They say that nobody supports us to move forward in life. So would you like to answer to did somebody support you during this journey to bring you from the basics to the level you have reached today? And how you will give the message to the women, especially they say that nobody supports us in the family, right? So I will consider this as an excuse to kill the execution. Absolutely. Basically, right?
Yes.
So what is your opinion about?
See, 2 things. First thing, as you said, that women generally believe that they live in this, excuse that nobody supports us. So, to this question, I would like to address it in this way, that do we really require someone's support? Ask this to yourself first. Like, aren't the women already empowered?
Great.
Like, from our
Superb.
ancient history, if we see, if we reflect, the wealth, the health, the education, the finances, everything comes from goddesses,
Great.
right? So women from the ancient history of our Hindu culture, they already have been super empowered. So I really don't think we really need to preach, at least now in this era, about women empowerment, because women, they are already empowered. The irony is that women, they themselves at times play the role of victim. Not in all cases, but mostly I have seen that they underestimate their own power and potential. And then they live in the, as you said, they make excuses at times. See, someone supports you or not, someone in your family or in your circle, in your professional circle, either they support or not, but you yourself are the biggest pillar of strength for your own personality. You understand yourself better, so you should understand your priorities in life, that what you want to become, what you want to achieve, and where you want to go in your life. And for that, I believe, first and foremost, you should stand up for yourself.
True.
Why do you want anyone else to stand up for you where even you are not standing for yourself?
Great.
So first, stand up for yourself and then expect support system from somebody else. First thing this. Secondly, in my journey, yes, I was blessed enough that I was completely not just supported, but completely pampered by, my entire family, by my entire support pillars, I would say, who were friends, who were my colleagues. And they always believed on me. And rather, there was always a push. When I was the state level winner, they always used to say that, okay, we have seen you as state level winner, but Siddhi, this is not just, I think, what your personality is and what you exactly belong to. This is not just limited to this. You should go ahead. So, at times these words of motivation and these words of inspiration also keeps you going. So although I was pursuing medical career, and touchwood, I was completely excelling in that because I was gold medalist, and in one go I always have worked in my chosen institutes and hospitals. So that way I had no need at all to switch my career as such. And I always had options of pursuing my entire family businesses, which are settled in Jaipur and Jodhpur both. But then, the thirst of having more in life, I think that keeps us going. So women always should believe that nothing is ever enough in life. Keep moving, keep growing, keep trying new things, and don't make this sweet excuse that you keep often, making, that we don't have support system, our family is not like that. Let it be howsoever the people are around you, but you should create that aura around you that keeps you going.
Superb, superb. Very nice. So first start believing in yourself.
Yes.
Even nobody believes in you, still you can cross the finishing line. This is the essence you are
Yes.
giving. And the same time, if somebody starts supporting you, that is also great. That you are blessed enough. So let me say in this way, have faith in yourself and move on. This you want to say. And same time, if you don't have faith in yourself, have faith in those who have faith in you.
Correct.
Right? This is the way.
Yes.
So somehow you have to move on. That's the message that I received,
Yes.
and it's a great thing. Now coming to the next one, that is very important question over here, because we have the mission. The mission is to introduce the living example, those who are living life with hope and happiness. Like either you are facing the challenge or anything that you are doing, whatever the responsibilities are, either you are doing a burden or another way is to have a celebration in it, because we believe life is a celebration, right?
Correct.
Whatever you do, whether it's household work, whether it's professional, whether beauty patient, whether you are into chemical, whether you're medical industry, whatever it is. So exactly what is the mantra that you are following? I too have, everybody has their own mantra, but
Obviously.
especially this is for women empowerment. Today we have this particular talk show with Shrikant Gupta to empower the women. So power to empower, basically, that you have reached to that power, so now you are empowering them.
Right.
So what really that your mantra or the philosophies that you would like to share with the women, so they could do every task with all happiness, not a burden, as a celebration?
Correct. See, I was always a person right from my childhood days. You can say very happy, joyful, and cheerful person who loves living life to the fullest, and someone who has made the principle of life as adding not years to life, but life to years.
Yes, great.
So this is what the very simple and a very, lively theme that I have given to my own life, that whatever number of years we are on this beautiful, beautiful planet called Earth, we need to make our life so very optimistic, so very happy celebration, as you have stated here, that, no matter our life is long or short, but as we reflect upon our own journey, then at least a beautiful smile comes
True.
on our face.
True.
And at the same time, I would like to, mention little thing about me so that I think we all can relate. See, after winning Mrs. India International, Mrs. Galaxy, Queen India, Face of India, I always was hit upon with many opportunities to work into Bollywood, to work with for movies or, many kind of shoots, ad shoots, Netflix, web series, and so and so. But then, my inclination somehow was never that, because I believed it's not my cup of tea.
Great.
Rather, my true happiness lied in, serving people, in doing some social welfare activities. And I believe the core objective of pageants initially was this only, that, the influencers who come out from the platform, they actually go back to the society and do something really influential for the society. But somehow the irony is that nowadays it has been a platform for making their own career and making money, and they use it as a bridge between glamour world and so and so. But whatever, I mean, that's completely all right. But my inclination was always that how do I become of great importance so that I can contribute to the society.
Wonderful.
And hence, as the saying says, whatever we think, whatever we manifest, the universe bless us with the same kind of things.
True.
So I'm a very firm believer on manifestations. And hence, I got the opportunity to work, and I was honored as National Brand Ambassador for Women Empowerment,
Superb.
National Health Education Ambassador of India. At the same time, one of my project currently, it's going on with United Nations. So they have honored me as National Indo-Nepal Brand Ambassador for Green Mission.
Superb.
So that works completely on environment.
Superb.
At the same time, I'm working for thalassemia awareness, milk donation awareness, organ donation awareness, providing education for underprivileged children, and many, all the dimensions of the society that, I try to touch surfacely, because that's where my true happiness lies.
True.
So I would never be happy with signing a film contract. I would never be this happy and delighted to work in a web series or something, because that would be a manipulation of my own character there. And I don't want that ever. And that's the big reason, maybe all of the listeners who have always been enthusiastic and who give me suggestion that, ma'am, why don't you try in Bollywood? So it's a strong reply to them that, yes, I never wanted to change my own identity and my own personality in this way, that my core objective of winning those reputed titles like Mrs. India, it gets, somehow diminished in the other world. Hence, I chose my cup of happiness.
And that's the true value that you have created. That is called your strong belief system.
Exactly. And I think so somehow, all these things, it reflects in your working style also. And then to be a happy person, first, it's not just the external system. True. It comes from within. When you're happy from within, the glow comes from within, the aura comes from within, the vibes come from within.
The
exactly.
Come everywhere.
So when everything in
true.
fine balance comes
Yes.
out together, then
True.
obviously your aura becomes so positive that people really start taking you as a magnet.
100%.
And that is not something you carry magnet on your body and you become magnetic.
True.
When we say someone is magnetic, it means the energy that the person carries.
That's
so to carry that energy, you have to have those kind of extraordinary happiness inside you.
Very true.
And for that, I'm not saying to choose social work or to do this or that. Choose whatever is your reason of happiness. Do it 100% religiously. And then also one more thing, like, this is a message to the youth, especially. Include spirituality also in your life.
Wonderful. That's why the wife's matching actually. Somewhere we are just connected in that to spread happiness and spirituality.
Yes.
Here, first of all, would like to congratulate you for all the titles and the awards that
Thank
you
you
have
so
won.
much.
That's the great thing. And I appreciate that you started your journey to be a contributor, basically, not a consumer. And this is our only object. And the purpose for such talk show is to invite the contributors so the world could know about them. Here is, as I came to know through this conversation, that you are the brand ambassador of women empowerment for India, right?
Yes.
So what exactly are you doing for the women empowerment? Would like to know and let the world also know.
Yes. So, as National Brand Ambassador for Women Empowerment, my core duty is to obviously empower women from all the possible dimensions, not just financially, not just with their health, but also, how their empowered, role can contribute to an empowered society.
Society, right?
Because women, they are half of the population of the entire world.
True.
Women are the real architects of society, rather,
True.
I would state here. So for that, any country or any state to develop, it's very important that how empowered and how financially independent the women of that place is. So for that, my role becomes that at the rural areas also I have to deliver my session, to the urban areas as well. So till date, I have delivered, I think, 1,000+ sessions. Yes.
Okay.
So on daily basis, I have my own sessions. So there is a group. So people from all across the country, and we have a team even abroad. So we do have our sessions planned together. Like if I talk about the lockdown time also. So that time, people were free that time. But I was completely so occupied that time because every day I used to have 2-3 sessions, especially with the women. Other than the health sector, I had this responsibility because that time people were very low and very depressed. So the responsibility became more. And also one more thing that usually women ignore, but then it's again a very big matter of concern. It's about mental health of women. So usually we have seen that women, they have the tendency to, curve down their things.
Thanks.
They don't express themselves so openly as compared to the other component of our society, which are males. So females have this natural tendency that they would either compromise, they would either curb down, they would either digest their own problems, or they would not express and talk about it, which is really very dangerous. The more you keep it inside, one day it explodes like an atom bomb. So don't do like that. Talk whatever it is, have a close-knit circle. So, these things are quite
True.
important,
So
quite
here-
small things, but then very important.
It's a small thing, but it's a big, you can say, makes a big impact. As you're
Yes.
talking about that they are hesitate to speak, they don't express themselves. So here would like to know from your side, so the people also can know, like the importance of communication skills, where actually they are not able to express, might be the reason that they hesitate, they don't consider themselves worthy, or they have lack of self-belief, or they have self-doubt, whatever might be the reason. So how communication skills can play an important role for, especially for women, I'm talking about for
Yes,
women,
yes.
so they could come out to the next level, they could face the world with confidence.
Correct.
They could lead the world, they could lead at least their family members. They are not able to express even in front of their family.
Correct.
Right? So they have been, like you can say, they've been treated in such a way that they are not allowed to speak much in some of the, like you
Yes,
can say,
yes.
cultural families.
Yes, yes.
So here my question, like the importance of communication and how you can inspire the women so they could open up, they could share, they could freely face the world with confidence.
Yes. So I will start with a quote here. Believe in yourself, and then only the world will believe in you. And to show that believe in yourself, you need to speak up. You need to express yourself. You need to deliver what's going on in your mind. What do you really think? What your opinion or your perspective about any particular thing is. If you don't speak, how will people understand you? So first, learn to speak, how to put up things. And for that, many people, there, I have, because I go as jury for many pageants, for many, competitions, not just within Rajasthan, but outside also. Almost all these states I have visited in India. Okay. So usually I have seen as a jury, when I judge the contestants, they have this hesitation, first of language, Second, of vocabulary. They really don't understand which kind of words to use, and hence, even if they want to speak, they cannot speak. Third, they have been brought up in such environment where usually the culture is that, girls have to be, little low key, or speak less, or talk less in public, or not exactly raise their voice and talk in, these are practical things I've actually heard from people. And in rural areas, the scenario is again very pathetic,
But
rather.
this was
So for these things, I would say that at least, slowly and gradually we can change the rural areas as well. But for that, women living in the urban areas, they have to be completely changed altogether, so that we altogether can change the system in the rural areas. So for that, we first need completely to believe in ourselves. We should have faith on ourselves that whatever we think, it's our right to speak, right?
true.
So we have to believe first that it's our fundamental right to express ourselves. No one stops that. No one will put laws on that. So don't be so scared and afraid. I mean, this is nothing so much that you have created in your mind. I mean, it's not at all. Be very easy, very chill, and come out of that anxiety. First of all, nothing will happen, no one will do anything. First, believe that whatever you are doing, whatever you are going to say, all the legitimate things, express that fully. And hence, I think slowly and gradually everyone would change.
So here is, first thing is, believe in self actually. Face the world with confidence.
True.
There
very
should not
true.
be a fear, no hesitation. Face the world with celebration. This is,
Yes.
I could say
Again,
that,
yes.
yes, at the same. Here is like spirituality, the terms you use, and we are here that we are just having lots of sessions also on spirituality. And somehow, without spirituality, you cannot connect with yourself. And without connecting yourself, you cannot create yourself. And without creating yourself, you cannot believe in yourself. That is the whole essence.
Yes.
If you are connecting,
The whole
creating,
circle,
and believing
yes.
the circle. So spirituality, especially, I could feel that when you were talking about that your fundamentals are clear, your values are clear. Somehow you are spiritually rooted. So the importance of spirituality, especially for the young blood, right? So how they can practice spirituality.
Yes.
So you are practicing. You are the live example. So everything goes to you only. We are listening to you.
Yes.
So please share.
So yes, I have, of course, made spirituality a part of my day-to-day life. I am a religious person too, and apart from having the religious belief, also I have a very deep connect with spirituality, because I believe that is the need of the hour also, and that keeps us going in life. That makes us so strong internally that no matter whatever challenges we then face in the external world, we become so super strong inside that we are prepared mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, that we can face anything and everything in the world, come what may. Secondly, I'm not here highlighting on particular thing like do this, do that, or something like that. But then you can choose your own way of connecting to your own, self, and again with God or religion, whatever you follow. So like my kind of way is, I am a very constant believer in meditation. So I never let any of my morning go without meditation.
Right.
Apart from that, I always practice full moon night meditation.
Super.
So that all in total, it gives me a very strong and a very significant support system to myself. By the universe, I get blessed.
Super.
So I really feel very delighted to inform all of you that somehow, if we believe in God and if we practice certain of the things, I'm not saying to practice this, that, and so many things. Do only those things which are practically possible for you. Whatever you do, but do it religiously. Give your 100% there with complete dedication and devotion again.
Great.
So meditation, be it Buddhist chant meditation, Tibetan chants, or be it even Om chant, be it even a Soham chant if people are aware about it. So you do whatever kind of chants, but it does help you a lot. Because scientifically also it's related with your breathing pattern.
True.
And if we do that in a right way, we are working with our lungs, we are working with the entire blood circulation in our body. So it keeps away all the diseases too. So it not just works on mental health, but also on physical and emotional health
Superb.
too.
So I think this is one of the source of restore the energy, because since morning till evening we are
Yes.
working and working, and we are just, you can say that energy is
True.
getting consumed fully by the work. But at the same time, if we start sitting, and that's challenging for the people to sit in silence
Yes.
for a while and start doing meditation, we restore the energy, and that energy helps us to work again with the same energy, right?
Yes.
So here meditation, I could recall a thought there was, like you used the word manifestation basically. So manifestation happens through meditation. If you just connect it. So whatever you release from the seat of meditation, it turns into manifestation.
True.
That is the power of
Yes. Yes.
meditation. Yes, this is. So here's the question: like, what kind of cultural differences you faced, and same time, how did you, that fulfill that vision or the dreams that you have, and how you are moving?
See, you have actually put up a very heart touching question here, because, yes, this has been, to be honest, this has been its own kind of challenge. Because a person who has been raised in Kathmandu, yes, I used to come to my maternal and paternal place, but we used to come like guest faculty, coming and going. So I was never even familiar with tolerating the, the sizzling summers of India, and, the drastic climate change, the weather change, and then the culture change, the people again with different mindset and thought process. That is obviously a part of any change in the city that happened, that is by default. So that has been its own kind of amusing journey rather. So in the initial years, yes, I was really like Alice in the Wonderland. But then I was, as I said, that I was always somebody who used to find her own ways of being happy. So I made myself right from 2014 when I got married and when I got shifted to Jodhpur. So I made my own routine, day-to-day routine, so that I was very busy. So I believe when we are not exactly able to figure out what to do at a new place, how to survive, how to make new circle and all that, I think the best way is to make yourself busy, to do something so fruitful that you don't have any time to think. So I believe empty mind, it's again a devil's mind. So better you keep yourself so occupied that you are really not left with any silly thoughts. So yes, that worked like miracle to me. I was completely practicing my medical journey. So 8 to 9 hours used to go in that. And in the weekends, I again used to teach nursing students. I used to keep lectures 4 5 hours for them so as I can complete their course. My passion for teaching was always so high that I never used to take rest in the weekends. Rather, I used to go for teaching. So this way I have started, and slowly and gradually, from my identity of being Mrs. Rahul Johri, and from the identity of being the daughter-in-law of Johri family, I have created the name, the identity, the brand as Siddhi Johari by God's grace and by well wishes of everyone. Gratitude to all of you. So this has been really not easy, of course. So I have literally started from scratch in this city. Yes, I was fortunate enough to have all support system, everything. But then I believe what you have to do for yourself, it completely comes on your shoulders. So no one will come and, feed you with a spoon. So you have to first decide internally what you really want in your life. And then you have to walk step by step on it. Nothing, as I said, nothing comes with a shortcut.
And at present, how are you feeling in the city?
Well, to get so much adoration, so much love, respect, honor from all age groups, it's such an overwhelming feeling that sometimes, believe me, I cannot express on stage many times, but when I come back home, then I really, my tears, I can't stop them, full of happiness, full of that joys, because people count upon me. They really praise and love me so much that it's very, very, very heart touching. And I believe that is one biggest asset that I've earned.
True. This is the same journey. I could relate it when I shifted from Chennai, started from scratch. And then even my friends used to say, from metros, you are shifting to a town.
Exactly.
Like how will you move
Survive
on? And all these things. But this 11 years journey, really. So I could say that this is all about us actually. How we see in the people, how we create the world. So wherever, if we have in our mindset that we have to celebrate life, we have to deal with everything with happiness, then wherever we go, every place becomes a celebration, and people become also the source of celebration, because we are the source of celebration.
Yes.
Somehow that I could relate it. This is one of the greatest thing. So place doesn't matter.
No.
Nothing matters. The matter is like how we are dealing and how we are feeding to our brain,
Very
actually.
true. Very true.
So I appreciate it. So in free time, when you don't have anything, then you start thinking negative. So keep doing something productive. This is one thing that I just appreciate that you shared over here. It's quite interesting. First of all, I would like to admire the entire journey that you have shared with us. Really, it's remarkable. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
And keep achieving the new heights. The same time, when we start anything in the beginning, like the past, now I will connect with your past and present and the future we learn from the past, we live in the present, and we create the future. This is the philosophy of life. So what you have gained now, the confidence that you have gained, the charm that you have gained, the recognition that you have gained, the popularity that you have gained, as we came to know through our conversation, through our talk show, that you have achieved. What was your first day when you entered in it? As it's famous saying, when you start for anything for the first time, it requires lots of courage. The fear just comes naturally. Heart starts beating like anything.
True.
Mind stops working.
Yes.
Did you use such experience in your past, actually, before starting this beautiful journey?
Well, yes. I really appreciate this honest question. Actually, you've put up in such a beautiful manner. Yes, indeed. Coming out of the comfort zone is always very tough. But when, you are completely mentally prepared that, yes, you have to now do it. In any case, you have to do it. Like, let's talk about being on stage. So many people we have seen, they have stage phobia, the stage fever, and, many anxieties related to appear on the stage.
True.
So likewise, I won't say here that I was very much anxious person to come on stage, because my initial years, the growing years, had a lot of stage exposure. So I was completely engrossed into all kind of extracurriculars. And hence, obviously, I have performed on stage. I have played musical instruments. I have danced. I have sang a lot many songs. I have done debates, quiz, and spelling competitions, whatnot. I have even been into television there in Nepal, and to represent my school or college, so and so. So that way, yes, it was not that fearful. But to be on the ramp, trust me, it was a very different thing for me. Because a person with white coat, a person, working in lab with patients and doing internship, working with leaders, working with machines.
True.
Suddenly, when doing catwalk practice, it's completely, two different world. So believe me, when we used to have grooming session, and when the groomers, they obviously were very humble, very polite with us. But then, the initial steps that I took on the ramp while practicing, yes, they were really not that comfortable for me. Wearing high heels, maintaining your body posture, and, reflecting your personality in such a way that in a fraction of a second, you have to represent yourself in such a manner that you become a charmer for the crowd. So yes, these initial days were very tough for me. But then, as I said, when there's a will, there's always a beautiful way. So every fear can be overcome if you have confidence in yourself, if you have this strong willpower that you have to overcome the fear. And, like the saying goes, dar ke aage jeet hai. So you have to have that spirit, that, victorious spirit. I always say that the art of all arts is to make one's life a perpetual victory. So it is a big art to develop in yourself, in your personality, how you walk on that victorious path.
True.
And for that, you need to come out of your comfort zone. You need to come out of all the possible fears. And that is only possible, first and foremost, if you believe in yourself. And then you enhance your skills.
True.
So yes, that time was very tough. Slowly and gradually, I became confident with all those things. And then, things, as you stated, it became all the way very different with time.
If you could share, it's an incident in a story form, actually, any incident that happened, and you were into extreme fear, extreme hesitation, and how did you manage either?
Oh, yes.
Or it went worst, actually?
Yes, you actually reminded me of one of the disastrous moment.
Okay.
And that was on the stage of Mrs. India International, which was held in New Delhi.
Oh.
And believe me, that is something so right now I will say it's hilarious, but that time it was not hilarious.
Hilarious.
It was very
Yeah.
disastrous, and a moment where an ordinary person will either go into complete tears or will give up. So I'll narrate it in a very summarized way. So it was the final round. So as we all have seen on TV, you must also have seen on TV that in these rounds we are given very short time to change for the different rounds and then again come back on the stage. So inside the green room, everyone is there, like obviously females, and the helpers are there, the makeup artists are there, the assistants, and everyone is there. So that duration is very critical, because you have to change and then you have to be ready for the next round in the theme given. So it was the final round, and it was evening gown round. So the beautiful gowns that we see all the beauties in, so it was that round. And I had to wear in that final round, I was supposed to wear a mermaid shaped a very beautiful gown. So yes, the gown was beautiful, but what happened was very ugly. What happened was, when I had just 5 minutes to change, not just me, all of the contestants, so my helper, she was helping me very faster to change. So what happens in this kind of dress, it was like I had a complete back chain, a zip. So it was in such heat of the moment, the helper, she was just trying to put that zip, but then unfortunately the zip came out.
Oh my God.
And within 2 minutes I had to be on stage. Like, imagine the kind of anxiety. Yes.
True.
So I was left with no other option. I told my show director, she was on the backstage, I said, ma'am, this has happened, now what am I supposed to do? She just told me one thing, that Siddhi, this is the testing time. Either you do it or you don't do it, it's your choice. There are few dresses, she actually showed me on the floor, because there were few designer gowns lied over there. So she told me, either you choose this dress or you fix up your own dress and then you go on the stage. I had a look on the given options there, and they were really not of my type. I said, no, I cannot at all wear these stuff. I have to carry my own stuff. And believe me, that very moment, yes, it was completely a shattering moment for me, because it was the final round. After that, there was elimination round, and then there was supposed to be a question answer round between the finalists, the top three, which is supposed to be from top three states. So I was representing Rajasthan there. So in a way, agar main stage pe, if I won't have gone to the stage, then Rajasthan would be missing on the national stage. So it was such big responsibility, in a way, like try to feel the that emotion and the big fear that I was having. So I told my assistant that whatever it is, suddenly I gathered my courage, all the energy from within, and I was like, whatever it is, I'll go in this dress. You just zip it in the gap of half inches. Let it be whatever is visible. It will look good or bad or whatever. I'll go in this dress only, and I'll walk the ramp with the same confidence as I was having in the previous round. So I went that way. I cleared that round. There was elimination round. There was Q&A round. And then the crown, as I was declared the winner, the crowning was also in the same dress. Great. So the newspapers and every interviews, every portal was having the same dress. Now imagine how important it is to have a confident smile and that, courageous attitude in you. So I've narrated this since you asked me this question, because this really has happened with me. So it really does not matter what you are wearing, how you're wearing, and all these things are still secondary. If you put up the best ornament available in the world, which is smile, then nothing can ever let you down. This is, I can write on a blank paper and sign it, great. And I can guarantee.
And I could feel that. True. So actually, basically, you have given 3 terms over here. Confidence, courageous attitude, and smile. If you have, you can just
conquer the world.
Conquer the world. Wonderful. So if I asked to define Siddhi Johari, past, present, and future in 3 different terms, past, present, and future, how will you define yourself?
Past, I was completely a hardcore medico.
The hardcore medico is the past.
Yes, present, very studious, disciplined, and that kind of personality. Okay. Present, yes, I'm disciplined, but then I'm into versatile professions, doing and playing many characters here. This is the present scenario. I like to elaborate it. I'll say I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a daughter, I'm a daughter-in-law, I'm a sister. These are the family responsibilities and designations. Then I'm brand ambassador, I'm celebrity youth icon, I am brand ambassador to many state level, national level, and international level projects. I have to appear as celebrity guest, I have to appear as chief guest, guest of honor, as jury, and so many other things. I have to play role as a mentor, as a motivational speaker, as there are many roles in which I have to adapt, and I have to play my role religiously and being 100% in the shoes. And when I'm let's say among my friend circle or in my family, then again I'm the same Siddhi Johari, the normal, the very raw and very innocent person who really I am. And if you talk about the future, then I would like to manifest myself as more empowered, more stronger as a personality, and most importantly, to be somebody who can touch people's life and radiate happiness.
Superb.
Yes.
People's life and radiate happiness, and that is the only way to experience the beauty of life, and that is called life is beautiful, that we believe in.
Yes.
And we are spreading that awareness, or you can say we are just giving this emotion to each and every individual that life is beautiful.
Yeah.
So as you just mentioned, how do you just consider this particular emotion that we have, life is beautiful, and what is your message again to every individual who is listening to us, especially women? They too can experience life is beautiful, irrespective of all the challenges, all the responsibilities. You have so many responsibilities. Still, there's a beautiful smile, and you're experiencing that life is beautiful, right? So, how you can just give the same message to the women, those who are listening to us?
So, I truly believe that it all depends on how optimistic our attitude is. If we take life as a celebration and live each and every moment like it's a celebration, it's a festival which has to be celebrated on daily basis. Okay, in calendar we have many occasions, many festivals to celebrate, but why to be just be parasitic to those dates? Why not to celebrate every day, every possible hour which is gifted to us by the Almighty as a festival?
Superb.
If we have this attitude, then trust me, nothing will ever let us go down dull and negative in life. And in order to celebrate life, just throw out all the negatives, all the negative factors, all the negative components from your life. Stay away from those things, and then you will evolve as such a happy soul that even you yourself are going to fall in love with yourself.
This is based on it. When you use that, leave all the negativity aside. There's a, like, psychologists also have proved it. Sometimes without any reason, everybody, sometimes we feel low, sometimes it happens.
Yes, it does.
But how do you just come out of it and start to celebrate again matters the most, right?
Very true.
So in that case, when you feel sometimes, okay, my God, I'm feeling low, it happens,
It
right?
does,
It's
it
natural.
does. Yes.
So what kind of techniques that you use so the women can also be, they can connect it and they can be also aware of?
See, it's human nature. We
Definitely.
all are, emotions we do have as such that sometimes we'll feel very, on the top of the world. Sometimes we'll like, in very gloomy mood. So it's part of the journey, I would say. Now, in my case, whenever such days or such blues are there, what I really do is music. That's the biggest therapy to me. So I will turn on the music of my respective mood. It's not necessary it also depends on the mood. So if you are willing to have some peaceful time, then chants are the option. If you want to have some religious time, then maybe some religious songs are the option, or maybe some good numbers, whatever kind of music, but it depends on the mood. And that is a big healer to my soul, I believe. Next thing, meditation. Yes, it really helps me a lot. And one more secret I'll tell you: whenever I'm very much tensed, or whenever I don't understand, like now what to do, if I'm stuck between such situation and then I'm really not able to understand, then I go and stand under the shower. That really helps me a lot. And scientifically, it's proven that when we wash, as the water washes, every negativity goes off. So I believe there is some domino effect behind this, and it works miraculously on me.
Superb. So this is the way to bounce again.
Exactly.
Like, to come out of.
Yeah, I really love this terminology. It's all about how the mechanism of bouncing back
is actually, and how fast you come back, that matters also the most.
Very true.
Wonderful. And that that smile. Like this is like our, I think, second meet, and
Yes.
just I could connect that. I could see that spark, that spirit, that energy. Like this is the willpower you have talked so far to the women. Like,
Yes.
but to achieve success, I believe there must be willpower and skill power as well.
Very
So
true.
when we were talking about communication, like that through communication only, that you are just ruling the people around, right?
Yeah.
So in the same way, willpower we have already spoken. What kind of skills the women can just learn, so they could just stand their own and could present themselves as own identity.
Yes, it's again very important question. See, as a pageant winner, as a celebrity, youth icon, and so, I give strong emphasis on how you present yourself. Usually what happens is people, I have seen number of people who are very good in academics, who are actually scholars, but whatever it's present here,
Yes,
you
true.
need to speak out.
True.
If you are academically sound, agreed, but if you can't present it, if you can't really let people know what's in your mind, then sorry to say, but it's of no use.
True.
The degrees on the paper will never ever judge your qualifications.
So true.
The way you communicate, the way you share your thoughts in the right timing, in the right situation, amongst the right people, in the right manner, that makes a lot of difference.
Definitely.
So for that, as you mentioned, the question that you have put up, what the skills has to be, because it is a combination, it is the amalgamation of skill power and willpower. So willpower, we talked a lot about it. About skill power, yes, you need to work a lot on your confidence building, on how you appear or you present yourself as a personality altogether, how you communicate your thoughts, how you communicate your opinion, the language, the vocabulary you use, the words you choose. Even that is very important. Usually people speak a lot, but quality matters, not quantity. How crisp and how, to the point we speak, that is always beautiful. I always say less is always beautiful. It's not necessary you give 10 minutes of speech, or you speak for 15 minutes and then you'll be given like 100 marks. No. If you speak even for 2 minutes, but if you speak the right content, it's very impressive. So rather, as I explained here, be qualitative, not quantitative. So that needs to be addressed. Other than that, see, every woman, they are born beautiful. So don't waste your time in beautifying yourself externally. Truly, I'm saying this.
True.
That is a sheer time waste. Rather work on beautifying your inner composition, your inner soul, your inner values. That will automatically give you such a divine glow on your face. The external glow and the external beauty will automatically enhance so much that you no more would have to use those filters on your camera then.
Superb.
Yeah.
Now here is, like we already talked about, that the women have facing they are facing the challenges of lack of expression, hesitation, fear. As a woman, as a mother, as a wife, as a sister, so many roles that you told us, apart from a businesswoman as well, entrepreneur,
Yes.
Beauty pageant. Based on your experience, having interaction with many women, could you tell us 5 key challenges that the women face? The 5 key challenges the women face and how they can overcome of it. Although it can be a long answer for it, but yes, but 5 key challenges that they, or you can say 3 key challenges the women facing. Because of that, they are not able to become what they want to become.
True, very true.
So that is very, so somehow then I will ask another question, but you can add it also, like how they can consider that they are bigger than the challenges are not bigger than them. Right. So through you, because you are the live example, who has considered that the challenges are not bigger than you are bigger than the challenges, right? Indeed, right? Yes. So this is the same. I want that the women could also understand through your life either, or through the experience and the interaction that you are having with the women. 3 key challenges, how they can overcome of it, and how you can fit in their psychology that yes, you too are bigger than the challenges.
Yes. So if you want me to highlight the 3 challenges, what I have felt as I have interacted with almost women of all state of our own country, it's number 1, lack of opportunities for women. Usually, though we preach about, gender equality, but then also, there are many places, there are many cities, there are many such platforms where women are still given less chances. I won't name or I won't pinpoint anything here, but then I have seen it very closely. Very talented and very skilled women, they also are sometimes, not taken as the right option just because of the gender, just because they are women. The opportunities are somehow thrown to the women's side very, in a very greedy manner, I would rather say here. So that is a very big problem. And to overcome it, now, given the situation, we have to live in this situation too, right? Yes, time is changing in this jet age of science and technology. Things are rapidly changing. But at the same time, the current scenario, not everyone is blessed to be, into metro city, to be in an educated family, or not everyone is given so much privilege, if I talk especially about women. So for those people who really have to make their own pathways, or who really have to make up such kind of opportunities knocking on their door, they really need to first show the people all around that what they really are, how skilled they are. So once you show what you really are capable of, then believe me, no one will ever be able or be even courageous to question you. Then forget the gender, they will never ever even think of, discriminating between genders, and discriminating between even the given opportunities.
True.
Secondly, lack of education. See, we talk about, how important it is and everything. It's not even required to explain what is education and how important it is. But there are many places, especially in the rural areas, in Rajasthan, in Bihar, in UP, in Haryana, I have seen that female child are still, they are not that privileged to acquire higher education. Yes. School education, all right, they will be, given chance. But then after 12, if there is not the right institute in their given place, then parents and the society will always hesitate to send their girl children outside to, get the right education and the advanced higher level of education. So this is again killing their dreams. Because it doesn't matter the girl is so talented, or however, their educational journey has been in the school or college. If they are not able to, pursue their education at the higher levels, then obviously their grooming is stopped, their career is stopped, and if they want also, they cannot pursue it. So that is again a very big challenge. Another, being financially dependent. So usually you must have seen in our surrounding area also, if you just roll over your eyes and try to recollect, they generally are so financially dependent on the male members of the family, which is really not right. Now the times have changed. It's, such fast age of hurry and speed. So why to be dependent? I mean, even if I have seen like women who earn, who are contributing in the economy of the family, even they are so dependent on males, even to use ATM card, to use bank and the services. So first reason is they are not that familiar. Second reason, they are not given that freedom by the family. Third reason, they are not trusted enough that, okay, she doesn't know much, we will do. So, with this repeated course, the females are again sidelined. And now I have seen the females, mostly they have made up their mind, this is not our work. These are the work done by guys. So why to have gender discrimination with work? I mean, why do we segregate the male works and the female works? Rather, I give strong emphasis on that, okay, by nature, there is little discrimination in males and females' responsibilities, but then the time has gone. I mean, now in this world, in this fast moving age, we all need to be well equipped on everything possible. So these three things, I think they are the challenges.
So three things, if we concise them, one is the lack of opportunity. So the message could be either grab the opportunity or create the opportunity.
Yes.
This is one thing.
Yeah.
Second is lack of education that you are talking about. So be skilled, develop education, enroll in different higher educational program. Third was, that is very important, to be financially independent.
Yes.
So you should not depend on anybody. So if they overcome these challenges, they will be powerful.
Yes.
And they can empower the others too. So power to empower, the thought came, power to empower.
Empower.
Like you are just powering yourself, so you are empowering others too.
Yes.
So how we can create this chain system, how we can create many Siddhi Johris around. Although we say that everybody is unique, but here is the purpose. Let's create a chain system, the chain of energy, the enthusiasm, the optimism that we were talking about, right? Courageous attitude, independence, right?
Yes.
So how we can create many Siddhi Johris. So the reason behind it is so we could create really a beautiful world around, right? So what's your idea, Rhea?
Well, I think the idea would be putting up, first of all, like-minded people together. So if we have that chain, that garland of, those beautiful gems or pearls put together, who follow the same value system, who have the same mindset, because not all women or not all men, they would be having this attitude of powering themselves and then empowering others. Not all have this cup of tea, right? So first of all, people of common mindset have to be put together. Then, as we all know, unity has strength. So if we stand alone, we are very short-lived. If we stand all together in a crowd with hands in hands together, then this strength is so enormous, right? So I believe that is one major thing what we can do. Like, you yourself, you are an iconic example of how you are putting people together, right? How you empower even others, how you inspire and motivate others, right? So that way, if we put up people together, then obviously that chain will always grow on increasing. And soon, very soon, we can create such world where there is just happiness, where we celebrate life, where we just spread that positive aura, where nothing is impossible.
True. Very nice. So we can create happy world, celebrating world, beautiful world around us if we have the right-minded or happy people around. Very true. And then we can have the world of happiness. Then there's no, you can say there's no sadness, there's no complaint, there's no criticism. The world is full of celebration. That's quite impressive. So everything starts with one step only, right? Again, it's coming. So exactly, we just talked so much about. Now, one thing that you will say that this could be the first step. When the child starts going to school, start with the lines only, right? So the same way, what could be the first initial step for every woman so they could feel confident and they could feel that, yes, they are moving towards their own identity. One thing, what we can. Courage. One of the great things, courage to act. The first step is courage to act. Never underestimate yourself.
Exactly.
So here, a very important role that we say, although to everyone, that is called self-belief, self-love, and self-respect. If you have these three, then automatically the courage will come. So how do you agree with this principle, and how will you define this self-belief, self-love, and self-respect will lead you towards confidence and courage naturally?
Indeed, yes. These three are such components that will altogether construct a personality in a very courageous manner. If you don't love yourself, don't expect anybody to love yourself again. If you don't respect your esteem is respect, right? So if you don't respect yourself, your own dreams, your own beliefs, your own skills, then don't expect that someone else will. And self-respect, self-esteem, and then self-belief. As we have already spoken a lot about belief. So if you will not believe on yourself, then why would you expect that anyone else would believe in your own dreams? So three of the things, when put up together at the individual level, and if they are really worked rightly, all these three components, then the personality you really get to become in such a polished manner that, nothing will ever stop you then. At least in the life journey, you will never ever be questioned or stopped by whosoever person.
Superb. I always believe in 3S that I'm living with, and I found in you too. That is called smile. That is very much I could see. Spirit and spark. So smile, spirit, and spark. If we have these three, we are unstoppable in the world. So apart from meditation, that is one of the source. Apart from it, how do you maintain your smile even in pathetic situation? It is also required because it's an ornament, right? You have
Yes.
mentioned, so you have to
Yes.
carry it.
Yes.
Even
Yes.
you are feeling whatever you are feeling inside, frustrated, angry.
Yes.
Sometimes the moments
Yes.
come,
Yes.
right?
It happens.
Sometimes it
Yeah.
happens
Yeah.
that inside, but still, so smile, spirit, and spark. How do you carry all the time? Like, we have to. This is called 24/7. There's no other way. Like, in the front of people only, you have to smile, right? So, smile, spirit, and spark. The secret of your smile, spirit, and spark as a woman,
Yes.
so we can spread the smile, spirit, and spark to all the women around.
Yes. So I believe I will not answer this very surfacely. Rather, my answer would have a lot of depth. So for that, to have that smile, spirit, and spark, it's not like a very, short-term affair kind of thing. To have it in your personality, so engrossed in your nature and in your overall, personality, you have to work on the ground root level. First, on your physical health, your mental health, your emotional health, your psychological health, and your spiritual health. So all these components, they are very important, because if one of the component is imbalanced, it affects the other, and so the other, and so the other. The whole of the ecosystem is then disturbed.
True.
So you have to learn how to make a balance. Other than that, yes, if I talk about physical fitness, then that is also very important. And we all are aware how important it is. About mental health, yes, again, it is so important. You need to detox your body. Obviously, we all know this, but then you need to detox your mind also. So the way we, empty our phone when it is completely full, the memory is full, we delete things, right? Likewise, the storage of mind also needs to be filtered and deleted from time to time. So that is called mental detox. So that automatically brings that smile on your face. See, fake smile is very temporary, right?
Yes.
So in order to have that radiant
Yes.
smile, that vibrant smile from your within, you need to have it from within. And that comes from the work we do on our body at mental level, physical level, emotional health. If that is not proper, then how will you ever perform on the practical grounds? So we need to make ourselves very strong in all these domains, and all together there'll be a spark, there'll be a spirit, there'll be a beautiful smile on your face. And that spark, that glow, that aura can never be built by any damn expensive, any brand of cosmetic or makeup that they choose from the market. They will never ever give you that. So it comes from within. Few things has to be really from your within self. And for that, yes, it's not like one day affair. As I said, you have to work consistently, and you need to put your efforts in such a way that they sustain lifelong.
Wonderful. Out of these 5 parameters that you talked about, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and there was psychological.
Yes.
So mental and psychological somehow same.
Yes.
So the biggest challenge during my experience with the participants and all, this is very important.
Yes.
Mental well-being. I personally believe that your personality is totally based on the mentality that you have.
Very true.
Right? So your mentality is equal to your personality.
Correct.
So here, what exactly you would like to give any suggestion or idea for mental well-being for the women? And this is the biggest challenge, actually, I think.
Yes.
Right?
See, we live in a society which is so far very much well aware. But then there is another dimension at the same time where few things are still considered as taboo. So people having depression, or people who are facing some kind of anxiety or some kind of, syndrome, they will never ever be so confident in sharing it with their peers or their even family. If we have some, let's say, gastrointestinal problem, or if we have some, let's say, liver problem, then we can, spread it to n number of people. We can even go to doctor with the help of, with people all around. But when it comes about depression, when it comes about something related to mental disorders, then why that is hidden? Why it is, enveloped so smartly? People are not ready to talk about it, while it's absolutely normal to have such ailments too. I mean, the way physical health gets affected at times, it's pretty normal to have some, problem in mental health as well. So first of all, that acceptance needs to be built. When there would be openness and that acceptance, people would be more comfortable talking about it. people would be having a common, people all around to share the problem with. So half of the problem would be itself sorted.
True.
Half of the problem would be sorted if this acceptance is there. Trust me. And then if we work upon our own challenges, that, as I said, the world is full of roses and thorns. So it's not like we'll always get the roses. We'll have our own share of thorns also. So in this journey, whenever we face something bad, or whenever our health gets affected, be it mentally or physically, it's completely, very normal thing and very normal phenomenon that our mental health gets affected too in the due course of time. So for that, we need to have our own skills to combat those, deformities. So be it whatever suits you, be it going out on vacation, be it partying, or be it even hanging out with friends, or having the, like-minded people around you where you can vent out, your own frustrations. Sometimes, venting out is again a very big healing. So even that helps. Or even if you want music or meditation, there are several techniques. Or if you even can join some, centers like lifestyle centers. There are so many, like, let's say for it's by Brahma Kumaris.
You can join the
Shri
dance
Shri
classes,
Ravi, yes,
Zumbas,
art of
whatever
living,
gives
whatever
you,
suits
whatever
you,
releases
yes,
your mental
exactly.
pressure and
So
stress, it could be
you just need to make yourself very busy again. That is a key formula, that you really don't get time to think the unnecessary thoughts, and that is again a very strong remedy to have a sound mental health.
wonderful. Actually, it seems to be and never stopping conversation, interaction, and talk with you. The way you are just giving, it's reflecting. So, first of all, I could say proudly that you are the live example of hope and happiness, the one who is living with the values and contributing back to the society. So, that I found. And that is our purpose only, basically, to introduce to the world the real living examples. And I'm damn sure that the people, especially the women who are just listening to us, will definitely start to live and recreate their life, and will live while creating the new themselves. So here is, like, I would like to, like, you can say, conclude it with your beautiful message to motivate the women. Final message to motivate the women in a concise and crispy way, so they could charge up again after all.
Yes. So, as a woman, my message to the beautiful women out here would be that always grab the opportunities. Never wait for the right time. There's never a right time for anything. You have to create the right time. So, never ever settle down in your dreams, in your passion, in your goals. Never compromise on what you want to achieve in life. Be your own boss of life. You are the queen, so live like a queen. And you are a rock star who can achieve anything. But the only thing that is required is a strong determination, that consistent effort, and the belief of having self-love, self-esteem, and self-belief. So have these components right in your life, and then nothing can ever stop you to become a rock star of your life.
Wonderful. So here is the example. Mrs. Siddhi Johari, she is the example, the live example. And if she can do, you too can do. If one can do, everybody can do. So start living your life from today, because life is beautiful.